Ahoy!
Ahoy.
Welcome to knot class. So before we start, what do you know about knots?
I can tie shoes. I can tie just a normal knot in a bit of rope, you know?
Oh, yeah, I don't know any knots other than just the bow.
Mm.
Do you want to hear the story behind why I had this video idea?
Yeah.
So I was having a piss, right? In my sister's bathroom. And on her wall, she has this framed picture of all these different knots.
Okay.
And I don't know why. But I was looking at it and I was like, that would be a good video idea. I was like, who do I know who is good with his hands and also is pirate inclined? And I thought of you.
Yeah.
I have 3 knots printed off, which are useful knots.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we're going to look at each one, we're going to talk about the knot and make it. So we've got 8 bits of ropes here because there is one final knot, which is a decorative knot, and we're going to compete to see who can do that one fastest. So this is going to be interesting. So yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll start with number 1. Okay. The first knot we're going to be doing is the square knot. So this one is apparently used for tying up bundles and packages. It can also be used for first aid because you can tie a bandage around a wound with it. It is known as the reef knot because sailors would use it in reef sails or to tie down part of a sail in high winds. The common mnemonic for this procedure: right over left, left over right, make a knot both tidy and tight.
So do you need...
I think it's 1 bit loop round. So I think the idea is that you'd have something like a bundle of sticks in the middle,
Yeah.
and you would tie this knot around it, so it's used to wrap up a bundle of things at once.
It looks like 2 different ropes.
I thought this one would be easy. You got it yet?
No.
You can try it with 2.
I get a vibe that it's meant to be 2. That's it, right?
Yeah, but how are you meant to tie things up with it?
Well, that's it.
Well, that is the knot. Like you've done it, but I'm sure you're meant to do it with 1 bit of string. Because what you just did was, like, it was a lot simpler than the diagram suggests.
Literally just...
Because you just lay them like that and then pull them. So if it was as simple as that, then the images would start with 2 loops. They start with individual strings.
Because I'm just following it like that, it got me here, which then... I think this is a multi-rope knot.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Yes. It's actually super easy. You just tie a standard like 1 round bit.
Yeah.
And then using these bits, you just tie another one above it, and then you just pull both sides.
Oh. Well, I'll be damned.
The diagrams don't help. So these aren't like from a specific website. I just googled the knot and took some pictures so we'd have an idea of what it would do. But yeah, no, I guess this is the square knot. I'm not sure how it's meant to work for packages though, because Gary is here. Because I guess you tie this one around the bundle first.
I guess you do it like that, so you have the 2 to hold on to, and then there's the thing.
You're welcome to come in. We're filming a knot video.
Yeah,
For tying knots. Just holding up the noose to Gary as he walks in. Welcome back.
I'm gonna forget that so soon.
Let's move on to knot number 2. The bowline knot. This is a knot that's useful for emergency situations. So this one is apparently used as a rescue knot. So it's when you tie it, it forms a loop, so you can dangle it down. Like if people are hanging off cliffs and stuff, if they can hold it to pull them up. So that's not a loop. So now, hey, yeah, that one's pretty easy. So yeah, so this one, obviously you'd have a bit more rope coming through here.
Yeah.
But the idea behind this one would be you would hang it off the cliff and the person would be like, I'm coming. It's surprisingly easy. Bowline knot. And then we have the final knot for this section, the taut line knot. So I thought this one would be useful. This is the one they use on tent posts that allows you to slide the rope up and down.
Yeah.
So if you've done it right, you should be able to slide the knot up and down. You've done it perfectly. What did you do next? What was next? I'm so confused. That's about right. Yeah, so I think the idea is that when it's pulled like this, it's tight, but you can adjust the length by sliding this one up and down. There we go. There's a taut line knot.
There are the types of knots that the more strain you put on them, the tighter they get as well.
Yeah, there was one called the impossible knot, or the double fisherman knot. And it's one that's, when you tie it and you pull it tight, it's supposed to be impossible to undo. I was going to do that one, but I didn't want to accidentally put my finger trapped in it. Because I would.
Like one of those finger traps.
Well, I haven't cut my nails for ages, so I could have done that. Right, so we're on the oh, no, it's the wrong way up. We're on the competition one now.
Okay.
So I've not really looked at this. Obviously, I had to look at it a little bit to print it. But
it's been cheating.
we're going to compete for this one. See if we can do this one first. I mean, actually, I'll just turn it over. We can just start on the starting point. So this is the Celtic Heart Knot. Historical design used in Celtic art. I don't know how complicated it is. I haven't tried. Shall we?
Yeah.
You ready? Prepare your hands. 3, 2, 1. Knot! That was so anticlimactic. This is the worst diagram ever.
Oh, you're just supposed to be getting into that situation.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm at as well.
That was a terrible way of describing that.
Pull the end from the top through the bottom. Ooh. Yeah! Oh god, this is so complicated.
This is very complicated.
This is definitely right, this first bit. The next bit, so I get what you do. You sort of fold it in, and then there's a bit where you go in and out like a
because
weave.
this bit's like going under, over, under, then coming back round.
So angry if you just go.
Sometimes I think there's any danger of that.
Ta-da! This one's so hard. Oh god.
No. Jeez.
Oh, there's another picture of it down here.
That's the one I was just trying to follow.
That one. Let's put this a bit closer and let's have a go. Have you done it? Mine looks lopsided. It's meant to look like this.
So look at Rob's.
I think Rob's is closer.
Rob's is definitely closer. Much neater.
I think I must have got one step wrong because it's got the sort of the weaving bit going, but it's just not the right shape.
Brad's, yours is a bit like a pretzel.
This is right. It just looks funny
Yeah.
because you can follow the lines round, like it goes under there and over here.
I've done all I can.
We're too late. So I think you got there first, but I think we'll generally call this a tie because I don't think either of them are perfect. Like mine looks like it's got the right weave, but not the right shape, and yours looks like it's got the right shape, a different weave.
Mm.
It might just be that you did yours the other way around, actually. Yeah, honestly, I think you win that. We'll show the camera. Not. Oh god. So when I was googling to find the most difficult knot to tie, there were these ones that were called like the something Spanish knot or whatever, but they looked like I think it was called like the Spanish rose. I'll put a thing at the bottom and I'll put a picture of it on the screen. It's so complicated. The book that it's in says that it's so complicated that it can't be explained how it's done because it's too difficult. And this was in a book of teaching people how to tie knots. So it's a good job I didn't get that one.
Compared to those, ours don't look too bad.
Oh yeah, actually, now that you've said that. I think it's just this one just looks so perfect.
And that one.
Yeah, I think they're misleading. I think they're lying to us. I think we've done it right.
Well, those ones in the top there.
Yeah. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're now knot tying experts. Don't laugh.
I don't know about that.
Between that and the lockpick set you got last Christmas, you'll be a full-fledged rogue soon. You can get you some dagger skills.
I still haven't had a proper go with that. I've had a little fiddle, but I've not actually had a... That sounds great. Take that clip out of context. Not a proper go. I've had a little fiddle. Well, that's it. It was a very simple video idea. Like I said, it was just it was a piss inspiration idea, and that's right. Yeah, I quite enjoy myself.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's actually useful skills. Do you have anything you want to plug? Not many people watch these, but you never know.
Etsy.
You shop?
If anyone's interested in a dice tray, go and visit Witch and Woodcraft on Etsy.
I'll link in the description.
Huzzah.